Have I ran into today with this, huh? Gee, not today, but the other day. And if you look at it, look at the size of a hole that got split in my hose. Here's the funny thing. I replaced my water pump on here. And what I wound up doing is after I replaced it, I turned the heat on, I bled the system, and I smelt antifreeze. So I thought the new water pump might have put a hole into my heater core for about 5.5 months now. Every time we turn the heat on, you would smell antifreeze for the first 5 minutes, and then it would clear up. So some people are like, I'm not going to name names of businesses or anything, but let's just say a lot of people said it's a heater core. I got prices from $600 to $1,200 to do it. Well, I went to go pick my wife up and smelled antifreeze as always, didn't pay no mind to it. Because I didn't see any leaking. Now, there was no leaks, no wetness under the hood, nothing on the ground, nothing on any parts. I couldn't find anything. I even checked the water pump because I was losing a little bit of fluid out of my reservoir. Now, I turned around and I filled it up and I'm like, this is weird. I'm losing fluid, but there's nothing in the oil. There's nothing leaking, no head gasket issues. And I was like, this is bullcrap. Well, I went to take my wife to lunch last week, or maybe about 5 days ago, and a lot of steam was coming out of the hood, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I took her to Dunkin' Donuts, and by the time I got to Dunkin' Donuts, poof, it just freaking spilt its innards all out on all over the place, inside the hood compartment, the engine compartment, all over the ground, steam all over the driveway. It happened to be that radiator hose. Now, I replaced that radiator hose, and believe it or not, I have no more antifreeze smell in my vehicle. None. Zero. Nada. Zilch. I don't know what language y'all speak, but I think I hit at least 2 of them. Okay, so I had no issues as soon as I replaced my radiator hose. And the problem I had with it was, like I said, I turned the heat on, you smell antifreeze. It was even fogging up the inside of my window. Okay? So I think what was happening is the hole that was in it, the little tiny pinhole that I couldn't see, was spraying a vapor into the actual engine compartment. When I turned the heat on, it would suck it through the engine compartment's air cabin filter, and it blow it right in through the freaking heating system. So it was not the heater core, it was a $25 radiator hose, the upper radiator hose. I bought it at A&A Auto because, as always, Advanced Auto Parts does not have my parts to my Jeep. So I had to go to A&A Auto, and I think I paid $23 and some change for that hose. I replaced the hose, and sure as shit, no more antifreeze smell. So if you guys smell a little bit of antifreeze in your car when you turn the heat on and you notice that it kind of disappears after a little bit, check your radiator hoses. If they're big and bulged like mine was right where it connects and it gets fat, that means your radiator hose is now blowing out, and you probably broke a few of the nylon straps that's inside it, and I'll show you what I mean. Radiator hoses, they actually have a nylon string inside the actual rubber to give it its strength. See the strings? Well, once those strings break, your hose breaks. But if you look at how fat this hose is at the end versus right here, seriously, that don't even look right. That's so much fatter, and that was my weak spot. Anytime your hose is fatter in one spot than the other, that's where it's going to blow, guys, and that's sure as shit exactly where it blew. So just to let you guys know, sometimes when the shops tell you that it's a $600 to a $1,200 part, in actuality, it's a $25 part. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't make the same mistake I did and try to go to the dealership or to a local chain, Jack Williams or Coast or anything like that, because they're going to tell you it's your heater core, and they're going to charge you out the ass. And thank God that hose blew on me, because I was about to get the heater core fixed just to find out it was a $23 hose, and I saved myself at least $600, because they charge $600 and $600 for the labor, and then $600 for the parts. So that's $1,200. So anyway, I saved myself a shit ton of money by switching to Geico. Anyway, that radiator hose was indeed the problem with the antifreeze, even fogging up the front windshield. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Peace out, and it's not always what it seems.